In a week, it's going to be June 2025. I'll be turning 29, 1 year away from 30, which is funny since I still feel 16. It will also be almost a year of me cleaning up the school at my church. I have always had a complicated relationship with my faith, church, and God. Growing up, church was a place where I felt fear and ostracized. Our school teacher often used violence and made me and others feel ashamed since we didn't speak Amaranya. As I got older, I was able to start understanding that there were huge fundamental cracks in our church leadership. For decades, many people in my community had been giving any dollar they could to help build a larger church for our community. Year after year after year, we would hear about the development of the new church being built. We had a model of the new church for years displayed for all to see in the sanctuary. For some reason, no one seemed to question why we had this model built and were looking at it year after year after year with no building in sight. The church did end up being built. A miracle, if you ask me. It was big, 10 times bigger than our tiny church that we had been attending all my childhood. It was majestic. But the cracks started to show even more when the room was given. The new church slowly began to decay. Rooms were left dirty, sometimes destroyed by wayward kids. Littering became a problem, with no one willing to clean up after themselves. And soon, we had hired a cleaning company to come pick up after people. A needless expense, if you ask me. Classrooms of kids were left unattended, unable to leave the room, and expected to sit and do nothing. I would later have my own problems with church leadership that left me believing that the church and the people who attended the church were all the same, and there was no changing them. Years later, the church and all the people who attended it would be split in half in a battle that would divide my community. There were accusations of tribal racism, embezzlement, and it actually came to violence at one point. It got so bad that church leaders from Ethiopia had to come to America to sit down with both sides. It didn't help. The feuding was taken to the courts. The courts decided that until there was a settlement, that both sides had to split the church down the middle. A poetic ruling that mimicked the story of Solomon and two mothers. Each side would attend the church every other weekend. This went on for years. Years later, I still don't know what side was telling the truth. I do believe there was some embezzlement. It, in my opinion, explained to me why it took so long for there to be any development on this new church, especially since I had seen thousands of dollars given every Sunday since I was a young girl of 6. This is also the reason I don't donate money to churches. I know that can be controversial, but I believe in learning from your mistakes. I watched my mother for years donate money on Sunday, and we needed every dollar we could get. And it saddens me and honestly angers me to know that this money might have been used so someone else could enjoy themselves when we were in such dire need. Instead, I will always donate my time, service, and also items that I buy for the church, because at the end of the day, I know that I am making an impact. I can personally see it. And that's why I started cleaning up at the school church here at my current church. When I started attending, I looked around and saw that the school needed cleaning up. And that was something I could do. This weekly act, and yes, I miss a week here or there, is how I serve God, my community, and it's a ritual that brings me joy, peace, and pride. So here's to almost a year of service in a couple of weeks, and my 29th birthday in a week. I can't wait to see what God has in store for me. Thank you for watching. እግዚአብሔር ይመስገን።
So this is editing bliss. Yes, I'm a child, and yes, I'm using the chipmunk effect on photo booth. But I just want to talk more about what this channel is going to be in my hopes and dreams. I've always wanted to write, just like fiction, and also get more into just